Hello, fellow Scorpios. I am so excited to do this reading for you guys today. This is for Scorpio. I also am a Scorpio, so just to let you know right off the bat, when I do a reading for my own sign, I always pray to my personal higher power that none of my energy comes up in these readings, okay? I have a specific deck that I use for myself that is used for nobody else, and so I keep all of my energy to that deck. Okay, so this is a very clear, very concise reading for other people other than me. I don't allow my own energy into a Scorpio reading, okay? The other thing that I want to say right off the bat is with what is pulled here, I am picking up on more than one person's situation. This reading is for the collective, so it can apply to any Scorpio out there. However, I'm getting a definitive situation for somebody and then a separate definitive situation for somebody else. And so this is going to be a little bit of a harder read for me to do. Because on one hand, there's going to be somebody with a lot of stuff, drama going on, and it could apply to any of you that watch this. And then separately, there's a kind of happy reading for somebody else, but the cards apply either way to both situations. So we're going to just dive right in. Your first out here was the Five of Swords. Today I'm using the Anne Stokes Legend deck. That kind of applies to the mystery of a Scorpio and such, so I decided to go with that one. And the Five of Swords talks about, in the fullness of time, how we will learn a little bit too late that we are all connected, and that we are the world in a sense. What we have done to it, we have done to ourselves. This card also talks about conquest, defeat, degradation, or another word for that is like degrading, insulting, and revocation, infamy, and adversaries. So right off the bat, you have some nasty energy going on, Scorpio, and I'm so sorry about that. But there is somebody around you who might be belittling you or degrading you in some form or fashion, okay? You might have somebody who is infamous for being a pain in the butt around you. So just be aware of that. Whoever this is, they are absolutely just kind of belittling, and you kind of don't want to be around them. This also applies to defeat of some sort. So let's just jump into the clarifiers here. Your first clarifier was Amara the Menehune. And I got this for Aries as well. So you might be connected to the Aries that I picked up on last time. And the other one is the Eclipse Mermaid, which was also in the Aries reading. And so you might be connected to, if you go watch that Aries reading, you might be connected to that Aries that I was picking up on. First and foremost, you need to be aware of that. So Amara the Menehune talks about your food needing to be clean, your drinking needing to be clean, joyful exercise of some sort. It can relate to a new positive attitude. It can relate to the activities your ancestors did, and the fact that you may need to deviate because you're repeating some of your ancestors' cycles. So, for example, with the eat clean and try to drink healthy drinks and that kind of thing that this card all entails, your ancestors might have been people that drank a lot of caffeine, and you drink a lot of caffeine because you had that example. Or you might drink a lot of alcohol because your ancestors drank a lot of alcohol. You might have a mother, father grandpa, grandma, somebody who really like to drink or do substances or something like that, and you need to deviate away from that ancestral tendency to be that way, okay? That card is pretty clear about that. You need to get out in the sunshine and relax. Swimming, lake time, cut back on alcohol, eat better, those kinds of things. I don't like to tell people what to do, but any kind of substance use or severe alcoholism, that might be part of your issue here, okay? And it's probably due to ancestral, you learning it from your ancestors, okay? But yeah, get out and spend time at the lake. With all Scorpios, with all water signs, we can tend to get our peace by gravitating towards a body of water. So the fact that this card is here saying get out to the lake and have a good time, or get out somewhere where you can be around water to relax, that just rings true. Okay, most Scorpios find their peace at a water source. Most water signs find their peace at a water source. So make sure you're going to a water source to get some relaxation time in here in the near future, okay? Now, the Eclipse Mermaid, the card next to it, talks about an energy shift taking place of some sort. Now, in Aries reading, something was going to come in and change them if they didn't change themselves. And this card is here for you too, and it does mean the same thing paired with the same card, okay? So just be aware of that. But I am going to get into, just because it's paired slightly differently in order, I'm going to go ahead and delve into the other side, or the deeper side of this Eclipse Mermaid, okay? So don't direct energy in any specific direction and just let life flow the way it needs to flow. You need to stay calm but vigilant and observant. There are some secrets that are going to come out with this card present, and that was also in, like I said, Aries reading. You might be connected to this Aries that I picked up on, okay? Which is really weird because normally that doesn't happen, but that's just life. There might be unwanted and uninvited change coming in. You need to let the secrets come out because this energy prevents the secrets from staying hidden. This Eclipse Mermaid energy, it won't allow any kind of secret to stay hidden for too long. So if you've got the secret, just start being honest. If somebody else has the secret, it's going to come out for you soon. This also talks about addictions. Again, we have that here. So you might have some addiction issues, or somebody around you might have some addiction issues, okay? It also talks about gossip. Could be in person or on the internet. It talks about what you consume and who you spend time with that influence you. You need to reduce the addictions that are unhealthy, okay? So that doesn't matter if it's shopping, if it's exercise, if it's porn, if it's substances, if it's alcohol, if it's food. It doesn't matter what kind of addiction it is. You need to taper that back pretty hard here. That's very clear. You got a double clarifier on addiction. So there's something, the addiction is really interfering with your life, okay? We'll go through the rest of the cards and see where we end up, but yeah, that addiction needs to be taken down for sure, okay? So again, though, this also talks about revelations and scandals and gossip and truths coming out. This change that is unavoidable, if you don't change you, something's going to come in and change you for you, like I said in the Aries reading. So this could mean, with that addiction placer there, and I'm sorry to get dark right off the bat, Scorp, but if you don't change it, you could end up with a DUI, you could end up with an arrest, you could end up with whatever coming in to change your situation for you. And I hate to see that out here for you, Scorp. That's not cool. So I don't want to see any of you get arrested or have a DUI or have a car accident or any kind of thing like that. So make sure that you get rid of that addiction, okay? Or at least try to start cutting back. That is, I understand. I understand that it's hard to do that, but you absolutely need to do that. This is here, and because it was also an Aries reading, you could get in trouble with the Aries. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you watched that Aries reading and you thought that that Aries reading sounded like somebody you knew, and now this is coming out in yours, and you hang out with that Aries all the time, you need to check yourself. And because you two might get in trouble together. Okay, that's unfortunate here. But again, whatever change is coming in, resistance is futile. Okay, it is going to happen whether you want it to or not. And even if it's not related to your addiction, okay, that you don't end up in an arrest situation or a problem like that. Whatever this change is, it's coming whether you want it or not. Okay, that's very, very clear here. So do your best to prepare and accept it, because resistance is futile. That is specifically in the book, in the description of the card, that resistance is futile. Okay, this will happen no matter what. Okay, moving on. Your next clarifier here, and the last one for this row, is this one. And I use a lot of water cards for clarification because obviously Scorpios are a water sign and they connect better with water. This card is 20, Manta Ray Mermaid, okay? And what the Manta Ray Mermaid talks about is someone is talking about you behind your back. Probably falsities as well, or falsities. Yeah, so basically BS. Basically bullshit. And they're lying about you, okay? People are getting the wrong message about you here. There's a lot of mudslinging going on. It is time to set the record straight. You need to have someone who's trusted help you to end these rumors, or you could be the one gossiping untrue information on the opposite end of the spectrum. If you are the one gossiping untrue things here and spreading rumors, then you don't have all the facts, which is leading to misrepresentation, and you will be called a liar. And this card specifically talks about whatever you're talking about or whatever this person is saying about you is none of their damn business. Okay? So either way, whether it's somebody talking about you, it's none of their damn business. If you're talking about somebody else, it's none of your damn business. Okay? And you need to stop that, because if it's you, you're going to get labeled the liar if you're gossiping rumors. If they're gossiping rumors and stuff like that, and you're feeding into it, and you're aligning with that, there's issues gonna happen for you too, okay, Scorpio? So don't feed into the rumors, don't be a part of this. Whatever it is, if somebody's talking about you, it's not their business, but if you're talking about somebody else, it's also not your business, okay? So you got to quit this, whatever this is here. And this is probably because of these addictions. You guys are probably sitting around, chit-chatting and whatever, and there's some BS rumors coming out or whatever. Maybe you even recognize it as rumors, but you are still feeding into it somehow. Yeah, there's going to be bad karma here for either the person that's talking about you or you if you're helping feed into it, okay? Let's move on to the next one. You got the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands talks about the bonds that held you have now been released. In the blinding light of the bright new day, use the energy of freedom to fill your dreams. This is a card of romance, society, harmony, prosperity, peace, and fruits of your labor. So this is where it kind of shifted, okay? So we've got this situation here, and now we've got this bright, beautiful romance going on. So you might be looking for romance, or you might be wanting to, or you might have somebody you just met, right? And you think they're great. So this is a good card for that. And when it talks about the bonds that have been holding you back, that they've been released, there's something that has finally happened where you have a little more freedom. Okay, but this is romance and society and harmony and prosperity. So, and I'm gonna just be honest right off the bat here. I did a private paid reading for somebody, and these clarifiers down here, these three right here, also came out in a romance situation. Okay, so there's two separate Scorpios here, and I can see that. You here, this is you, the person that I'm talking to, with maybe who is on a search for romance right now, or trying to find somebody to connect with. You actually got the same cards as my private paid reading. So I do think that that is a clear indicator that you might be a person of interest to the person that I did the private paid reading for. But because it is private and it was paid, obviously I'm not going to put their information out there, okay? So you might have a love connection coming in from somebody that you don't know yet, okay? But you might get introduced here somehow, some way, okay? Moving on to the next card. This one is Pose Brave Flight. You will not let fear stop you this time. Okay, that's beautiful paired with this. So you're not going to let the fear that you have over this romance or this trying to find romance stop you. Okay? But what that talks about is what frightens you, you have to do it. If you consider something to be unsafe for you to do, then that is the most important time for you to branch out and make that change, okay? So if you're scared of getting hurt in love, you still need to go out and do it. Okay, Scorp? That's important. There was also an indicator here of you not having a higher power connection. And it's possibly due to you seeing religion putting other people down, putting certain people down, putting restrictions on how they can behave and whatnot. And so you don't actually subscribe to a higher power, which is fine. If that's your deal, and I don't judge here. But you're actually being asked to stop avoiding that higher power connection. Because you don't need organized religion to do it. You don't need people that are putting you down. I could go into a whole tangent, being an ordained minister, about how the organized religions don't make people feel comfortable, but that's not what this reading is for. So I'm just going to say I totally get where you're coming from, and organized religion can really put people off. But just realize that you don't need an organized religion of any kind to be spiritual, to have a connection with the divine. A lot of what you hear coming out of organized religion is browbeating, and I don't agree with that. So, just do you, be you, but try to maybe even open your heart just a little bit to a divine connection, okay? you need to jump in head first instead of analyzing this love stuff to death. I know that Scorpios are very protective of their hearts, especially if they've been burned a couple times. But you need to jump in head first, okay? You will get an offer where you aren't sure what will happen, but you need to let it happen because you are capable of greater things and experiences than what you are allowing in right now. Okay? Just period. You are doing the same thing over and over, kind of hanging out in the same places, hanging out with the same people. You need to be open to some new people who wander in, okay? Now, with these 3 clarifiers, and as I said before, these all came out for my private paid reading, so you may be connecting with the person that was in my private paid reading without even realizing it, okay? Or somebody who is similar to them, okay? Your first one was air. Breathe deep, entering into life, exchange of life-bringing energies. That's what it says down below the word air. Oops. And then your next one was transparency. And that talks about honest, authentic, genuine, and present. Those are the keywords below there. And then time out, which says at the bottom, awareness, contemplation, solitude, and time alone. Yeah, that's important, okay? So for air, you need to be willing to travel to more areas where you haven't been before or you don't necessarily hang out on a regular basis, okay? You need to take a chance on a new experience or person. Yup, it's right there. And then you need to do breath work also to breathe more deeply. So when I say breath work, I mean like where you breathe in through your nose, hold it for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds. Take a pause, breathe in again for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and then breathe out. That's going to help with meditation and relaxation for you. But also this timeout card definitely means a break away from others. You kind of hanging out by yourself at a water source, okay? You just need to take some time to be cool and calm and get relaxed. I don't see a whole lot of stress, but we'll get into it here. We're going to keep going down the line and it'll be all right. We'll see what's up and why you need some time out, okay? So anyways, this air card, work on your deep breathing and be willing to go to places and events you don't normally go to, okay? With transparency here, truth must be told. It is time to reveal who you really are and what you have done that you are hiding. You need to be clear about what you mean and what you want and truly take a look at yourself. Because you can't see things for what they are right now, you kind of have to share with yourself and others what you see more clearly now. So you're going to have some sort of revelation, and you need to make sure that that is clear, okay? But you might also be hiding something that you haven't shared with others, and that needs to come out because it's kind of a burden for you. You need to become who you were always meant to be with that transparency card, okay? If you tie these cards together here, and you might also have some of these tendencies here, you need to start delving deep because you're meant for more, okay? You are meant for more, 100%. So with this time out card here, you need to have, like, as I said before, I was kind of talking on this air card, but the air card ties with this as well. So that's why I kind of jumped back and forth and skipped over transparency and went back, and now I'm back to this. That's because you definitely need alone time without other humans. You need to be quiet and listen instead of talking at this time. Once you understand life, and that we are all we are cared for. We are all children of the planet, and you don't need to keep fighting by yourself. You just need to be in nature by yourself so you have time to contemplate. Okay? So, whatever it is that you're fighting, you need to understand that we are all connected here, and you need to understand that you're not alone. Like, despite the fact that you don't have a higher power here, you have people that are looking out for you, spiritual guardians that are looking out for you, and so you are never alone despite the fact that you may feel alone, okay? And I feel, this is so weird because I feel like I'm talking to people, and it's kind of intermixing, but yet it's two separate Scorpios, okay? So you guys have some of the same issues going on, but at the same time, you're two separate situations, if that makes sense. So you're going to have to pick and choose in this reading what applies to you and what doesn't. Okay? Because I definitely know I'm talking to two separate individuals, but you have some of the same issues going on, okay? Now, after we got done with that time out card, again, contemplate time at water without other people, okay? Make sure that you understand that you are loved and you are not alone, too. You might feel quite alone, but you're not. Okay? Your next one is Temperance. And that's a really pretty card. Okay? But let's get into the meaning of Temperance here. Temperance is all about self-control of the mind. Okay? The past is brought into accordance with the present. With this card, excuse me, and in doing so, enlightenment will come, okay? So, this card also talks about moderation, patience, and accommodation. It talks about harmony, management, compatibility, fusion, good influence, consolidation, mother image, father image, worldly image, exuding confidence and complicity, and fortunate omen. Those are all kind of bullet points of this card. And I know that doesn't make sense in a long ramble, but basically what this card is saying is you currently need to bring your past into accordance with yourself in the current present, okay? So if you used to be one way in the past, and you're acting a little bit different right now in the present, you need to bring the two together and make yourself one whole person. Okay? I've said this before and I'll say it again. There's light and dark in every single person on this planet. Nobody is 100% innocent. Nobody is 100% good. Nobody is 100% bad. Okay? So, with Temperance here, you need to make sure that your past and your present are coming together, because in doing so, you're going to be able to have some enlightenment, okay? Like I said, it also speaks to moderation, which is here as well. There's a lot of substance abuse or alcohol abuse or some sort of addiction going on, and it keeps popping up. For multiple people, and I don't know if it's just because it's summertime or what the deal is. It's quite unfortunate, but yeah, there's a lot of addiction stuff happening, so we need some moderation here. Okay. Also, it talks about having patience and being accommodating to others, trying to move in harmony. So if somebody's got an explosive temper around you or something, you tame them down or try to talk them down instead of adding fuel to the fire. Okay? And if you can't tame them down, try to walk away from it, because you don't need to be in that high tension all the time, Scorp. Okay? It also talks about compatibility, though. And with this here, I think relating to this person here, I do believe that somebody with your that's going to be compatible with you is coming in. If you can get a hold on some of this addiction tendency and get some stuff in moderation, okay? It also talks about working on some, or there, this person will be a good influence, okay? The person that's going to be compatible with you is going to be a good influence, okay? There's a mother-father image tied to this card too. So you might have some fear based on a mother-father wound here as well. Maybe, you know, your mom and dad weren't very accommodating to your love interests in the past. Who knows what that could possibly mean. You might feel like you don't get along with your mother, or you don't get along with your father, and or you saw their relationship and you're just like, nah, I don't want to mess with a relationship, but yet you do want somebody to love, kind of thing. That our parents' relationship can really change how we view romance as we become adults, and they can really, their example can either really make or break us. So if you came from like a split home, you might, you know, want to attach to somebody super, super fast so that you can make a family type of deal. I've seen people do that in my friends, in my own family, where they just kind of want to attach super fast because they came from a broken home, okay? And then they end up attached to the wrong people. Also, I've seen it where, you know, the wife and the husband don't necessarily get along, and then their kid will put up with, when they get old enough to have a relationship, they'll put up with a lot of crap just to have a relationship. They will put up with being abused, they will put up with being yelled at, they will put up with, I don't know, all kinds of shitty things just to have a romance. So there's might be a mother-father complication coming in here for you as to why you're having trouble in the love sphere, but something beautiful is trying to come in for you here, and this person will be very compatible with you, okay? And they'll be a good influence. So with this fortunate omen tied right after these clarifiers, I just have to go out and tell you, like 100%, that I think you need to let, if this card is for you, you need to let that mother-father wound fall away. Look at romance as something that is going to be beautiful for you, and you need to let this person come on in, okay? Because they're going to be really, really good for you. They're going to improve your confidence, and they're going to make you just feel really good. They're going to change this view for you, okay? Now, if it's tied to this person over here, and, you know, this person here might have some of the same tendencies, because this was the first out, and these were very hard, very clear. So, looks like two different people at the moment, but it kind of seems like you here, you might have some of these tendencies as well. So if this is related to this person over here, you need to make sure that you are using a ton of moderation, okay? Okay, just saying that's what sticks out the most for me here. You need moderation, 100%. Now, moving down, you got this as your clarifier, and it's a cute card. It's dancing in the rainbow, okay? And what that says below is break free from whatever you feel is holding you back. Yup. Express happiness. Find out what you truly desire. Yeah, if you truly want this for you, for this person here, if you truly want this love connection, you need to break free from all the stuff that might be holding you back, and you need to express happiness when it comes in, okay? To get what you truly desire, you're going to have to break free and stop holding back in love. Now, for you over here, I feel like this is a totally separate person, with this person still having some of these tendencies here, but this is a separate situation. This is a miserable situation, okay? This is more of a happier person, a more lighthearted person. You might have some of these addiction tendencies, but you're definitely happier here. You're coming off really happy and kind of like just a more positive vibe than this person here, okay? So for you, let the happiness come in, okay? And let some of these wounds fall away so you can get this happiness coming in for you, okay? Okay. For you over here, you know what the heck you need to do, sir or madam or whoever you are. You're in a miserable state here. So you need to break free from that. Got it? Okay. Sorry to be so blunt, but you're pretty dang miserable. I don't know. Anyways, moving on down the line here. Well, actually, no. Let's talk about this dolphin a little more. I'm okay with going a little bit longer with this one since I'm getting two people. So with this dolphin here, your attitude is connected to how you perceive events and roles and opportunities that are presented to you. So what you have or don't have in life is also connected to how you see those events. Now, balance is needed between positive and negative perception here. So you might have a negative you here might have a negative perception of love at the moment, and you need to balance that out, okay? You here, you might have, I don't even know what the heck is going on here, to be honest. That's just, it's such miserable energy up in this first row. So anyways, going back into this balance for both you guys here. You need to make a commitment. This person here needs to make a commitment to finding happiness. And probably this person too, to be honest, because you're not happy. This person here, you bring tons of happiness to others, and you share your individuality with others. You express who you are and what you stand for. You shine love. You are basically full of playfulness and curiosity, and you're kind of creative, and you're very trustworthy, so you need to be open to this love, and you need to stay in harmony with your surroundings, okay? And you, over here, you need to let go of the stress, even for a moment, and try to find some happiness, okay? I see that you here, you are miserable. And I'm not exactly sure why. Hopefully we get some more clarification on you, because, yeah. Okay. Let's move on. That was a little more clarification on the dolphin here. The dancing in the rainbows. So your 4 clarifiers here, this is the first one. And that is, you are rare and free. There are not many like you. The next one is nonsense, which whenever this one comes out, I always get a giggle because somebody's full of crap. It's time to talk sense is what it says below it, okay? And then on this one is investigate. Look closely, ask questions, think before acting. Okay. Sorry. I was getting a phone call, had to send it to voicemail. And then this one here is painting the roses red, covering up errors. This is another alarming card to come out with this bunch, okay? So let's start here. With this one, you struggle to find a place where people accept you or where you fit in. You need to embrace what makes you different and become the best you can be. You will never be defined, so you need to refuse to comply, okay? Explore how precious and rare you are. Now, this can apply to both of you here, but especially here, I get the vibe that you might be more one of them secretive Scorpios. You don't talk about everything you do. You kind of try to move in silence. And you might have a secret that is bothering you quite a bit. It may weigh on your mind. It may eat at you. It may make you feel bad. Whatever the case may be. And so you have, even if you appear like everything's okay, you kind of struggle to see where you fit in right now. Maybe you can't relate to your family or your friends or whatever the case may be because you have a little bit different situation than them, and so you just don't feel like you fit in, okay? There's a piece, there's a secret here that you're not sharing that's adding to that, okay? You might be surprised, Scorp. If you let your secret out, you might have all kinds of love around you and all kinds of support. And then again, it could go the opposite way. But the vibe that I'm getting is you are extremely loved. You hear this Scorp that I'm talking to, you are loved to death, okay, by your people. And yeah, you may face some adversity with whatever the secret is, but I don't see a whole ton of it, okay? I see more or less you're going to be embraced, okay? Whatever your secret is. And to you over here, this secret, intuitively I know, is related to your misery. So if you start talking about why you're so miserable, you're going to have love and support around you too, there, Scorp. Okay? So both of you get that secret out. Whatever it is, get that secret out, okay? Yeah, you both need to know here. I know I seem a little bit fiery with this person here, but it's because I don't feel... Something deep down tells me that you brought this situation on yourself, okay? But there are still people who are willing to back you and support you if you come out and talk about it, okay? Talk about why you're so freaking miserable. People are going to be there for you, okay? So you need to find your place. Both of you need to find your place. Your current place is making you miserable, and you just kind of feel like on the outs because of a secret, okay? This situation for you is absolutely devastating, miserable, and disgusting. And you are struggling to find your place. But you just need to let go of a secret, and you're going to be embraced, okay? So this one talks about standing up for yourself when someone is being unfair. Refusing to be intimidated into submitting. Oh. Do you have somebody who's a bully? You don't have to tell me, but you might be being bullied. Man or woman, I don't care what sex you are. I feel like you have a bully that is making you miserable. You might also have a bully, but I see that you are more just like whatever, you know, to this bully, okay? I get familial vibes, maybe. Familial vibes, like maybe, no. Either it's your family that's a bully, or it's your family that's a bully, or it's both. You're both dealing with a different bully, or you're dealing with the same bully. This is weird. But either way, you both kind of have a bully. You don't care so much, but that might even be part of your secret. Okay? You might be being bullied. And that is part of the reason you're so miserable, and you keep how much you're bullied a secret. Okay? Let's keep going with that card, though. Yep, stand up for yourself. Point out someone's bad behavior. This card talks about making sure that you're pointing out someone's bad behavior. And not backing down on truth. Okay? You need to be able to look someone in the eye, be very brave, strong, and no longer intimidated, and you will surprise yourself with your power. I feel like that's for both of you here. Okay? I know that it's hard to stand up for yourself, especially if you're a woman. If I'm talking to a Scorpio woman, we're feisty, okay? But if we've been in an abuse cycle before, we tend to shut down. So if I'm talking to a female, I hear you, girl. I do, 100%. But you have the power. Stand up for yourself. If I am talking to males, that's a bit more of a thing where you need to stand up against something that is unfair, and you need to stop. You here need to stop being intimidated by your bully, and you just need to flat out talk about your bully. Like, you need to just be like, hey, you're acting like an asshole, and keep calling out your bully here, okay? Or maybe they bully other people and you witness it or something. You kind of seem like the type of person that will yell at them right on the spot, and good for you, Scorp. But you kind of seem like you're just, you're in this pit. You're in this nasty pit. And so you need to start speaking up against your own bully here, okay? Let's move on, because I don't want to sit with it too long. I'm already at 46 minutes, but I'm okay taking more time because it's two separate people, but I gotta keep moving here. So when this one comes out, there's an important decision that needs to be made that requires inquiry. You need to inform yourself and think it through completely, find out all you can, and possibly if it's a contractual agreement, read fine print. So, okay, you need the decision to make a decision when it comes to this situation that you're in. You're being stagnant with it, and you absolutely need to either stay in it, make the decision to stay in it, or make the decision to get out of it. I see that very clear here. You might have a contract of some sort, but I'm not too sure on that. You here, though, you just need to make sure that you're looking into whatever this new love interest is. Make sure you're fully prepared for them. You'll know them when you find them, but you need to do a little investigating so that you and that person can connect, right? I feel like yours is more about investigating into yourself and this possible new love interest. Ooh, it's exciting. I'm so excited for you, Scorp. But here, you need to investigate more into what the fuck is going on with your bully, and you need to be that sounds so weird. Investigating sounds like police work, and I don't really care for that, but you need to really delve deep and make sure that your bully is being honest. And if they're not being honest, you need to dig and find out. You need to find out whatever it is they're keeping from you, okay? So anyways, moving on to this Painting the Roses Red. It's a beautiful card, but I hate this card. When it comes out, I just know somebody's full of shit, okay? And that's absolutely what that means. You're working for a relationship, or you are in a relationship with someone who is harsh on those that make mistakes. This one also means that you're feeling forced to cover up errors to avoid punishment from this person. You fear the mistakes being uncovered, and you hide evidence on behalf of yourself or this person to avoid consequences that are way too harsh for the mistake. You are feeling like what you have to do to stay safe is no longer reasonable. So if I'm going to slap it over here and talk about it on this person's situation, you actually feel like you have to lie and you have to cover up the crap that somebody else is doing, or maybe what you're doing, to prevent punishment from this person you're connected to. It's not just a damn bully, it's an abuser, and that's messed up, and I'm so sorry. Holy crap. I don't like that for you at all, Scorp. Okay? With you feeling forced to cover up maybe your errors or maybe their errors, this person is so nasty. This person you're connected to here is so fucking nasty, and I don't like it for you, Scorp. I'm so sorry. But yeah, you're in a relationship with a person, or you might even be the person yourself, but I don't see that. I think it's this other person you're connected to. They're really harsh on other people, and they're really harsh on you. Any little wrong move you make, they're just tearing you the fuck down, and it's terrible. Yuck. Ew. That's all I can say is freaking ew. Now if I were to lay it here. Okay. For this person, you will need to, you might have a bully as well, like I said earlier, but you're going to have to make sure, with this beautiful love connection coming in for you, you need to make sure that nobody is bullying this new love connection. You might lose it. So if you've got somebody around you who speaks harshly to others, who is controlling, who maybe likes to, overshadow you, like, you're gonna have to really rein your person in. Like I said, I don't know who it is as far as this bully person, but you're gonna have to rein in the bully. And there might be more than one, I don't know, but make sure that whoever the bully is, make sure that they're not being mean to this new love connection, okay? That new love connection is extremely important here. I see lots of bliss and happiness if you can make it. So, yeah, protect that new love interest with everything you've got. Okay, Scorp? And I know that we're sassy, and I know that we're feisty, so I know that you can do that if you set your heart and mind to it. Protect your new love connection, okay? Also, you might have a secret here that you are trying to cover up, your own error or your own bad judgment or something like that, okay? But whoever this new love connection is, they're going to embrace you so much that it's really not necessary for you to be like that. You don't need to cover it up. Just be honest with them straight from go, okay? Let's move on. Your next card out was the card of Judgment. Ooh. Yeah. That's... Alright. Let's see. There's an amount of atonement that needs to happen to bring about change. And a change that is under your control. So, well, okay, let me just talk about the rest of the meaning of this card first, and then we'll go into what for who. Okay? You can turn your back on this change, but you will regret it, okay? In time. It talks to atonement and judgment, the possibility that present conduct towards people is unfair, like your behavior is unfair and unkind. Rejuvenation, promotion, someone taking unfair advantage of you will be sorry in the future. There might be a legal judgment in your favor. Okay, with this card out and this shit here, I usually look at that as, yeah, you have some sort of contract here with a bully. And if it were to go to court, you'll probably have a ruling in your favor, okay? But there needs to be some atonement. Whatever you and this other person did, or whatever you did, or whatever the person you're surrounded with did, they have to atone for that. Fucking period. And the change that is under your control is you fixing this. Whether that be walking away or apologizing for your mistakes or admitting the mistakes of the person around you that's causing all this misery, or whatever the case may be, atonement is on the table. Okay? And if you turn your back on this change, whatever this change is that you might be contemplating in regards to the bully or the situation that you need to get out of this misery, it might not even be just with the bully. Maybe you just need to get out of a circle of addiction or something like that, you know, with the addiction cards. Absolutely 100%. You need to get out of it, because if you don't, you're going to regret it. Okay? Now for you here, this love connection, if you don't take a chance on this love connection, you're going to regret it. Okay? I know love is scary. I was scared when I went on my first date with my husband. In fact, I dressed in such a way that I thought would push him away. And he actually found it sexy. You know, big spikes in the ears, leather jackets, you know, the whole thing. And he was like, oh, something you don't see here every day in the small town area. And he actually liked it. So it had the opposite effect, because I was scared after my own personal divorce, okay? So I was just like, nope. I can't, you know, put all my eggs in one basket, right? And after meeting my husband, I knew that I was on the right path with the right person, okay? And so if you don't take a chance on this love connection here, Scorp, you're going to regret it 150%. This person is going to be amazing for you, okay? And you, if you don't get out of this, or you don't change the way things are going, or you don't fix this shit, you are going to regret it, okay? But there's tons of atonement here. So we'll keep going and we'll see where that atonement comes in. Okay. I always mess up my cards when I do it like that. So your first clarifier under judgment was bats in the belfry, and that says you can achieve great things below it. The next one out was wolf moon, I will watch over you. The next one out was once upon a midnight dreary, creativity, genius, writing, expression, artistic flow. That also came out for Aries. I really think one of you here is connected to the Aries, maybe both, that I picked up on the other day. And this one is Sacred Beetle Armor. You have a mighty shield. Okay? So let's get into that. All right? Well, okay. Bats in the Belfry talks about, through the choices you have made, you show that it is possible to do what people say couldn't be done. So once you are no longer being controlled by fear and conditioning, you can have a miracle change. You have to be brave. Your choices are kind of endless if you can break out of that fear and conditioning, okay? Consult yourself and others who are breaking free and flying high. Take advice from those who dared to achieve their dreams, not those who suggest you stay safe by never daring to dream at all. Okay, that's kind of what that card talks about. So Okay, again, going into this person over here, you made this choice. You're in this shit because you made a choice. Okay? And I'm sorry that you're in it. That's awful. But you can break out of it once you get over your fear and your conditioning that you have to stay in it. You will get a miracle change if you get out of this nonsense, okay? So you will have, you'll have endless choices and endless possibilities and things if you can just get out of it. You need to consult somebody who's actually gotten out of something like this before, okay? They can help you. And you're not going to stay safe by staying in it. You're just going to keep dealing with it, okay? So make sure you're talking to somebody who kind of got out of a situation like that and figure out your next move, okay? You here, oh, I love this for you in a way because for this, it's kind of a different situation happening. But you can break free of these binds that make you think, like you can't get a love connection or whatever. You have a glow up coming. This person here has a glow up. And maybe it's getting your shit together. Maybe it's getting a different job. Maybe it's, whatever. And you're going to have all this beautiful stuff coming in for you. But you have to be the one to do it, okay? You're going to also see miracle changes as long as you're able to break free. And you need to talk to somebody, too. You, too, need to talk to somebody who figured out how to get out of a situation similar to what you are in, okay? You're not going to stay safe by staying in the same spot. You're just going to be stagnant, okay? If I could pick up these cards, that would be great. So, your next one here is Wolf Moon. And what Wolf Moon talks about actually is you have a wolf spirit guarding you and praying for you behind the scenes. You could take to wearing protective jewelry or stones. So for example, like if you get a necklace or a ring or something with obsidian protects against negative energies. And so you need to research how to take care of your obsidian and then wear obsidian, okay? If you don't feel like wearing jewelry, maybe keep an obsidian stone in your pocket or something like that, okay? It doesn't have to be jewelry because I never know whether I'm talking to a man or a woman. So if you're a guy and you're not into jewelry, then just stick an obsidian stone in your pocket every day, that kind of thing. If you're a woman, totally get a necklace, a ring, something to help protect you from negativity. And you can get books or you can Google all about crystals and what they help with. Excuse me. But either way, you have a wolf spirit guarding you and praying for you behind your back. So that is excellent. You can take a rest at the moment, but a time will come when you will need to turn around and also shelter this guardian family that is praying for you, okay? Probably from, well, hang on. I'll talk about that in a minute. You will have a huge change coming, and your true family will support you through this shift. Approach with a brave heart, and all will be well. Yeah, so if it's you over here, that's, again, big change, big change, big change, protection. You are in a bad thing, but you don't realize that there's people out there praying for you and praying for your freedom and praying for you to have something good come in here and the bad to fall away. You don't realize that there's prayer warriors out there for you, okay? People that will be at your side in the blink of an eye to help you out of this shit, okay? And you here, you also have somebody who is trying to, make sure you have good stuff coming in for you. They want to see the best for you here. But both of you here are going to have to turn around and protect the people that are praying for you at some point. whether it be from rumors or stuff that maybe it's a physical protection, but I don't think so. I think it's from negative vibes and negativity and meanness and shit like that. You're going to have to turn around and step up and do the same for whoever is praying for you and trying to protect you. Okay? So make sure that you do that when the time comes, okay? That's very important. Okay, so let's move on to your next one here, and that is Once Upon a Midnight Dreary. And what Once Upon a Midnight Dreary talks about is hard work is necessary right now. Yeah, in both situations, it really is. You need to keep going until whatever you're working on is done. You need to contribute creatively, and Spirit wants you to do so. So, whatever you contribute, though, it won't make you rich or happy necessarily, but it is necessary. So, you need to learn about yourself for the sake of the people around you. So, if we're talking to you here, you need to learn why you keep putting up with crap and why you stay stuck in that. And because you're not just affecting yourself, whatever situation you've gotten yourself into is harming multiple people. You have this, I don't know if it's you. I don't think it's you. I think it may be somebody else that's attached to you very strongly that's wreaking havoc for the people and places and things that you love. Okay? So make sure that you're learning about yourself and why you stay in this, and why you have the ideas that you have, because you're actually putting a bunch of people, or I don't want to say a bunch because it could just be, one or two, but it seems to me like there's probably a bunch of people that need you to step up and look at yourself and why you stay here, because whatever's going on here, it's hurting people. And not just you, it's hurting the people around you. Okay? For you here, it's just some soul work. Some soul work to make your life go a little bit better for you, okay? You need to keep going until you get to where you want to be, and you need to contribute creatively to something. And like I said, it's not going to make you rich or anything, okay? But it's necessary. And you too, learn about yourself so you can have this love connection, okay? So the last card in this row is the Sacred Beetle Armor, okay? And what the Sacred Beetle Armor talks about is intervention in the form of a strong psychic protection. Yeah, so you both have somebody praying for you, or somebody who's sending maybe positive spell work your way, something to try to help you, feel better, do better, be better. You've got somebody who's trying to help you out. Right now you're probably feeling raw and sensitive, kind of like a nerve is exposed almost with this card, okay? You need to set in place clear, healthy boundaries. And when I think about that too, it's almost like there's an angel that's wrapped around you for this psychic protection, right? So if you can picture you're like hugging an angel and their wings are wrapped around you completely, you are protected. Head, sides, back, front, bottom, it doesn't matter. Whoever is psychically praying for you or wishing for good things for you, they're strong. They are strong as hell. And I don't know, I think there's one for each of you probably, but they are really, really protective, trying to help you out of your messes, trying to help you feel better, trying to help you guys like glow up, right? And they are really, really, really strong spiritual warriors, okay? They're really working for you here. Okay, just to throw that out there. But you need to set in place clear and healthy boundaries. Criticism and malice will bounce off of you right now because of that psychic protector, whoever that is. You need to start saying no to people too. Calmly walk away from energy draining people and things. Don't throw a fit, just walk away, okay? And then learn to support your own energy fields. This is an opportunity to do something you thought you dare not do. No harm can come to you guys at this time. But you need to learn from your mistakes and go on to a stronger, healthier, better, safer, and more vital environment for yourself and others. So for you here, yes, you've got that really strong protector who's trying to pray you out of this situation, and it looks like their psychic work or their spell work or their prayers or whatever is working to protect you at the moment, and you might not feel it as strongly now, but you need to walk away from this energy draining bullshit here. Okay? You here, you might say yes when you don't really want to say yes. Well, you too. But I think that's more for you. Like, you might say yes when you don't really want to go out or something. You can start saying no. That's okay. You're also protected. You need to calmly walk away from people too, because you kind of had a little bit of an energy of a bully around you as well. So just calmly walk away. Don't fight with them. They're not freaking worth it at all. Okay? Just calmly walk away. But you need to learn to support your own energy fields here, because you might have some psychic abilities or intuition where you can learn to build up your own protective barriers psychically. Okay? You might need to work on that too. You don't have any capabilities to do it right now, and I can see that clearly. You are so freaking drained. I just picture somebody like sitting with their head hanging between their knees, just kind of like miserable when I see this, okay? So you probably don't have the energy to do it right now, but that doesn't mean that you can't get it, okay? But you need to protect your own energy field, and you need to try to figure out how to get to that point where you can protect your energy field, okay? So this, for you, you didn't think that you could do this, or you don't think that you can do this, whatever it is you are trying to get rid of, whatever is making you miserable, you don't think you can, but you can, okay? You absolutely 100% can, dear. You need to do this for you, okay? So, but you also need to learn from your mistake here, because you did a mistake somehow. You fucked up, and I'm not sure how, but unfortunately you did. And you're kind of paying the price here. You're paying a lot of atonement here for your choice. All right? So you need to move to a safer space. I feel like you don't even feel safe here. But for you, you just need to make sure, like, learn from your past love mistakes, probably. Okay? So instead of rejecting love or feeling like you can't have a solid relationship for some reason, you just let it in. Let go of your past. Let go of your past mistakes. Make sure you're inviting that love connection in, okay? Do the work. Now, for your final row of cards, just to let you guys know, I might do a quick pause break. My dogs are about to go off and bark a lot because my husband will be getting home from work, and so I'll put a pause on the video and I'll finish recording after I say hello to him and catch up on his day. But I will finish this video, I promise, okay? So you actually got the Ten of Wands, but in reverse, okay? And that was the last card in your row. And what that talks about is difficulties intrigues, treachery, a traitor, and some losses will occur. Okay, so you're gonna end up with one of you has a traitor in the midst. One of you is gonna end up with treachery. One of you is gonna have some losses, and one of you is gonna have some difficulties. And do I know which is which yet? No, I don't, because we haven't gone down to these yet. So I can't say who, what, when, where, why, but I can tell you that there's treachery, difficulties, a traitor, and some losses that will occur, okay, for one or both of you. So moving on to this card, number 35. Oh, and there goes the dogs barking. I will come back and finish this, I promise. I'm going to quick hit pause. And we're back here. So we left off on this card. And what that says is help appears in various ways. There is much support for you. Sometimes you may get so adrift you forget to look to the support systems that are with you continually. Yep. You guys both have people that are trying to support you here. And probably some that you don't realize they're trying to support you, okay? And what that one talks about is guidance may come in bits and pieces here, and you need to wait for the full message. You might have an aha moment that is coming with new information or a needed revelation. You are loved. Be sensitive to others who need your help too, though. You need a new direction. You must move forward. You have an ocean of assistance waiting for you to move differently to help you out. You got to ask for guidance. So if you guys here have an ocean of people that are trying to help you out, they just need you to move forward and do what you know you need to do, then that help will come once you make your move. Okay, so for you here, you gotta move and get yourself kind of in a better space, and then people can help you. And you here, you seem like you're in a pretty good space, okay? But at the same time, if you need help to get to a better space where this love connection can come in more easily, don't be afraid to ask for help, because there's tons of people that want to see that for you, okay? This one here is inner desires, and that says at the bottom, set some intentions. You are entering a phase of plenty or may have a sudden windfall. Goals are within your grasp. Yeah, so let's get into the deeper description first. What that one talks about is you need to awaken your heart to the reality that you can experience more love and blessings. Yeah. Be clear about what you want to work toward and make an empowered, deliberate choice. Your self-worth and your vision for life aren't aligned right now. You need to release the need to know what lies ahead, and you need to awaken to love. Abundance is trying to come in. So for you here, the person that I'm reading here, you need to realize that there's more beyond what you're sitting in right now. The bullshit that you're sitting in right now isn't great, and you can experience more love and blessings if you get out of this and get clear of this, okay? You also need to be very, very clear of what you want to work towards. And so you need to make a very empowered and deliberate choice, and you need to make it now. It's all over the place in this reading that you need to make a deliberate choice now. This can't wait anymore. Because your self-worth and your vision for your life aren't aligned at all here. You have low self-worth, so you don't let the vision for your life come in. You're staying stuck in misery, okay? And for you here, you need to know that this love connection is going to be super awesome. You're going to have tons of blessings from it. So you need to start talking to people that can help you work towards getting to that love connection, okay? Um, you just might need help with some basic things. That's kind of what I feel like. I don't know. Maybe you need to talk to somebody about uh, helping you find a better car to drive, so you can go see this love connection. Or maybe you just need to talk to somebody who's going to assist you in working on shadow work so that you can let this love connection come in, okay? But either way, you both need to know that there's blessings. There's blessings upon blessings waiting for you, and they just can't come in yet because you're not aligned properly. So try to get to aligning, okay? And for both of you, you need to release knowing what's coming. You're scared of what could come. You're scared of what could come. You're scared because it's a negative situation that you've got yourself in, and you're scared because it's a situation that you haven't quite had in your life before, something this strong, okay? So you gotta not worry so much about what's coming, okay? Because abundance is trying to come in for you guys with these changes, okay? Now, the next one is in the light of the moon. I love orcas. They're so pretty. It says below there, a full moon can shine light on what you have been resisting. This can be anything from your fears, to your soul's beauty. You are more amazing than you realize here. Okay, this person here. You are more amazing than you realize, and you need to let go of your fears. And you're worth more than the shit you're putting up with over here. Okay? Just putting that out there. But to read about the card, it says, you choose to ignore problems and avoid them in hopes that they will shrink or disappear. You need to explore yourself. Don't be afraid to call attention to yourself with personal truths. Okay? You need to ask for divine guidance. This card brings attention to issues that can no longer afford to be avoided. You need to release something now. You need to be strong. So yeah, for you over here, you need to release whatever this toxicity is, whatever is causing all this misery. You need to release it, and you need to release it now. Otherwise, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse, and you're just going to keep falling deeper into that pit. Okay, for you here, you might have some things that you're not working on in your personal life, whether it be internal or external. Maybe you're comfortable with where you're at, but you're going to need to advance here, okay? Your problems won't go away if you ignore them. You actually have to do something about them here. You too. But you need to make sure, both of you need to make sure that you're addressing your problems, okay? You can't ignore them. You can't just sit there with your head in the sand and hope and pray it gets better. It's not going to get better without you guys doing some work, okay? Divine guidance is good. Personal truths for both of you here. You have something you need to speak out about. You need to speak out about this misery, okay? I don't know what this is for you, your personal truth, but you absolutely need to speak it out. Okay? Well, I mean, that's not so bad. You just need to release something now for both of you, okay? And your last one on that clarifying row is replacing what you lost. And that says below it, you now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew. Create a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance is on the horizon. Yeah, abundance is on the horizon for you here because this abundant love connection is trying to come in. Okay? And then you will be able to start anew. You will have a whole different life. But for you here, abundance will come in if you create the space for it. You're not releasing things the way you need to, or the person, the place, the thing, the substance, the whatever it is here that's causing you so much misery. You need to get rid of it, and get rid of it now. Again, there's a whole bunch of now, get rid of it now type of thing in this reading. So make sure you don't put off getting rid of whatever is causing this misery. And to go a little deeper into this card, a new strong energy wants to come in, okay, of abundance, whether it be a friend, a lover, whatever the case may be. There's something beautiful and abundant coming in for you. You need to move from where you are now to where you can be to increase effectiveness. So you might not be an efficient person at this time, either one of you, for whatever reason. And probably you because of the misery, probably you because of circumstances. Not exactly sure what, but yeah. So you need to both increase your effectiveness here and let that abundance that wants to come in, come in. Okay? You need to put a past situation in order and own your mistakes. That came up again, so I think that's related to this here. You need to own some sort of mistake. And this here, you might need to own a mistake in order to get this love connection to come in, but you just need to own your mistakes, period, I guess, because there's a past situation that you can get in order if you own your mistakes, okay? And you here just need to clear out some of that energy so that you can have this love connection come in, okay? You need to have a well-considered plan and take any future consequences of your actions into account. So, okay, if you decide that you're just going to ignore this possible love connection here, the future consequence of that is you may not find a partner or a wrong partner. You might find a wrong partner. So just keep that in mind, and you will have this person here will have consequences for their actions no matter which way they swing it. So whether you stay in your mess or you get out of your mess, you're going to have consequences. But a really strong amount of abundance wants to come in both. So I think the self-work here will definitely be key into getting that abundance, and you can do that, and that abundance will come in, okay? I feel like you're going to win. Whether you believe it or not, at some point, once you rid yourself of this, you are going to start winning. You're gonna start having a glow up here, okay? And like I said, those addiction cards there, it might be addiction related, but it also seems like there's an interpersonal relationship that you need to rid yourself of. It's not just addictions here. This has more of an interpersonal, and this has more of a self-work feel, right? You're having something beautiful come in, and you're supposed to be getting rid of something ugly, okay? Hang on one second, I gotta pause again. Okay, sorry about that pause again. Now that we are through all of that stuff, let's see. Actually, we're not through all of that stuff. There's a little more information. Let me go back to this card, okay? Your new approach for all of this needs to differ from your past approaches. You need to allow some new knowledge in to influence how you will proceed, okay? So you need to sit and talk with somebody. Both of you here need to sit and talk with somebody who's kind of been through some chaos and bullshit that is related to your situations, so that you can move forward properly, Okay? Um, there will indefinitely be an abrupt change, and you need to release whatever is falling away, like, without fighting it. Okay? It will take a while to see the divine outcome here. You will grow from this experience, and you need to be willing to keep moving forward with intention. So, both of these situations here, just keep moving forward with intention. But you both need a different approach. Okay? You need a new approach to how you view love and be more accepting of love. And you here need a new approach to how you deal with this nonsense that's going on. Because you've got a lot of nonsense. Okay? So that is actually the last bit of information on that one. Now, for your clarifiers, I used the Metaphysical Cannabis deck, and I love it so much. This is your first one, and that one is Witch Metaverse. Your next one is the Witch Doctor Wisdom. We kind of got that here. There was somebody who is super powerful psychic-wise, or has the ability for spell work or something like that, that's looking out. So I'm not surprised that Witch Doctor card came out. Aduro Sinsin is the next card, and that's Tradition. The next clarifier is Oya, Protection. Yep, Protection again. So somebody's trying to protect you guys, okay? Osupa, and that is Vision. Okay, so let's go into it with these. This one over here, let's see here, Witch Metaverse card, this one here. That one actually talks about being mindful of how you are delivering your messages, thoughts, and vibrational output. So if you're being a negative Nancy, you need to be aware of that and stop doing that. If you're being positive and delivering messages in a positive way, good for you. But you need to be aware of how you deliver your messages to people, okay? When you're speaking to people, make sure you're doing it in a nice way. Make sure you're doing it in a kind way. Make sure you're trying to see things from their perspective, etc. Okay? With the Witch Doctor card, that talks about truth always comes out, and you need to seek it from the seat of the soul. You need to tap into your intuition for the balance you are seeking, and you need to listen to your inner voice. You need to befriend your shadow self and trust your intuition. Yeah, 100%. In both of these situations that I'm getting a read on, you absolutely need to make sure that you get the truth, because I don't feel like you have the whole truth here. I feel like you don't have, you're not sharing a whole truth here, if that makes sense. So you need to go deep inside your soul and find that truth. Whether it be through talking to other people or, just soul searching, you need to do it either way, okay? Use your intuition for this stuff, guys. You have divine given intuition that you need to start using for the betterment of your life, okay? Once you get this balance, keep listening to your inner voice. Make sure you befriend your shadow self, as I said earlier, because, as I said before, nobody is 100% good and nobody is 100% bad. It's like yin and yang. You need both to be a human. So the truth of the matter is you got to embrace your shadow self and own your shadow self as well. This Aduro Sinsin, we're moving on to that one as your clarifier here. And what Aduro Sinsin talks about is you're being asked to recognize the importance of the connection we have with every heartbeat of every person on the planet. You need to engage your authenticity and integrity to live fully in this human experience. Yeah. Integrity is important here, guys. So if you're not living with integrity and you're not doing things with integrity, you're going to run into some issues there. So you're being asked to recognize that every single person on the face of this planet is connected by creation. So you could sit at a table with somebody and they could have a completely different recollection of how an event happened than you do, based on their own personal insight and their own personal insides, and how much work they've done on themselves and so on and so forth. So two people sitting at the same table at the same time could have a completely different view of a situation. So make sure you're hearing people out. Okay? Make sure you're listening to people completely and taking that into consideration. Show some love for the people in your life. Show some kindness. Don't jump on people right away. You know, hear them out. Try to take in what you're hearing, okay? With this, protection, that's the next one we're going to go on to. And that one talks about clairvoyance, intuition, and psychic abilities are the lesson here. You need to listen to the winds of change, ready or not. You feel a need for protection, and I believe that 100% here with this situation. I'm not sure about this situation here. Maybe your secret that you've been holding in feels like you need some protection from people finding that out, or people using that against you, something like that. But this one, I feel, you're with whatever situation you've got going on here. It's extremely toxic, and it feels like you might be even being bullied and controlled and treated badly, and you know, your money's being used, and I don't know how else to say that, but you feel you need protection, and I see that you do. Okay, because this screams abuse all over it, but this one, I think you feel like you need protection, and maybe you do, but I feel like you're going to be a little more embraced, okay? But yeah, use your psychic abilities, your intuitive abilities, and make sure that you listen to those winds of change, whether you're ready or not. So this love connection is going to try to come in whether you're ready or not, okay? And so you need to start doing the self-work to try to accept this love connection. You hear, whatever this is, it wants you to shed it. The universe wants you to shed this situation. And whether you're ready or not, it needs to frickin' go. Okay? I just get a vibe that you're not mentally and emotionally safe. You might be physically safe, maybe, but you're definitely not safe. So I get why that's here. This supervision, that's the last card we're going to clarify here, and that talks about, it illuminates the inner fears, hopes and feelings. This information of what your inner fears, hopes, and feelings are you might shut it down during the day or whatever reason, but it could possibly come in your dreams. It's time to listen to the symbolism in your dreams, maybe journal them, and work on the shadow self. Yeah, that's been here a couple of times already. So you know what you're supposed to do. Let's work on shadow self and let life illuminate for you guys what is going to happen here with your fears, hopes, and feelings. I get why you're fearful. I think you're just unsure, like it's new. But go ahead and let that in. And as far as this goes, use your use your dreams. Maybe if you get dreams, journal about them so that you can figure out and get this fear illuminated, and your feelings and your hopes too, so you can move out of this nastiness. Okay. Now for your final 3 clarifiers here, you got confidence. And this is from, I'm not sure which deck this is. I think this is the spell casting deck, I believe. So you got confidence. You got financial health. And you got spirit guide. Yeah. And remember, I said up here, somebody's not sure that they have a higher power, or they're not real present with their higher power due to religion, organized religion, feeling like they just browbeat people. But you do have a spirit guide. You have a strong psychic warrior on your side, both of you, and then you have spirit guides around you as well. Okay. And I feel that for both of you as well. It's not just a one-person message on that spirit guide, okay? For your confidence card here, that talks about a lack of confidence and the fact that it's blocking you from living your life to the fullest. You have a lot of self-doubt, and that's running the show. You need to trust yourself. Daily affirmations and appreciation of yourself will increase if you use daily affirmations. And you need to have strong convictions. So for you here, you do have a lack of confidence, but I feel like that's been beaten out of you, kind of. Like, you used to be more free and fun and flowy, but you're not anymore. And so now self-doubt is running the show, and you think you got to stick this out, but you need to trust yourself that you can do it on your own, okay? Whatever this, I don't care if it's a family member, friend, partner, sibling, I don't give a shit who it is. You need to get away from it. And I mean, like, pronto, okay? So you need to trust yourself, you can do it on your own, and you need to start trying to build yourself back up because you've been ripped down a lot. I see that. And you need to have strong convictions and stick to them. So once you get out of this, don't go back. And for you here, you have a lack of confidence and in the romance department for whatever reason, and you have a little bit of self-doubt that's running the show here. Maybe you think you can't do it. Maybe you think you can't, for whatever reason, this self-doubt is running your show. And you need to know that this love connection is going to love you for who you are, so you need to get that self-doubt out of the way. And you need to start living life to the fullest. Okay, both of you, but you especially here. I feel like you're a little trapped still. But you have the freedom to do that, so you need to start living life to the fullest and work on yourself and work on the things that are holding you back and get rid of some of this self-doubt because those strong convictions and getting rid of that self-doubt will really help you, okay? The financial health card here, that talks about slowing down and taking stock of the mess that you are in. You're burying your head in the sand and you won't get out of the hole. Recognize your avoidance of this situation. You need to recognize your inexperience or irresponsibility because it has become a liability and you can't ignore it anymore. Okay, and so for this here, you need to slow down and take stock of the mess that you are in 100%, because you're just kind of, like I said, I get this picture of this person sitting on steps and just like hanging their head in their lap kind of thing, like you're so defeated and stuff. So burying your head in the sand isn't going to get you out of this, only you can, and you need to recognize that you're avoiding taking accountability for the fact that you got yourself in this mess and the fact that you didn't have the experience to know you were getting yourself in a mess, and the fact that you were completely irresponsible getting into this mess and you darn well know it. But this mess has become a liability for you and you can't ignore it anymore. It's probably also costing you financially greatly, okay? For you here, the mess that you're in, I'm not exactly sure what kind of mess you're in. But you have one. I can see that there's got to be something bigger that's holding you back here from wanting this love connection. And it's probably not just self work. It's probably financial or house related or vehicle related, something like that. There's something bigger here where you don't feel like you have anything to offer, okay? So, but I feel like maybe you don't have anything to offer at this time because of your current mess, and I'm not exactly sure, like I said, what that is, whether it be house, car, financial, job. I don't know, but you kind of have a feeling like you don't deserve whatever's going to come in for you, or you're not ready for it because you don't have those things. And you need to kind of get over that and recognize that you made the mess yourself. Now you got to dig yourself out. Okay? You can't keep avoiding it, and you need to make sure that you stop being irresponsible and work on it, because you being irresponsible has become a liability in this case. And so you need to address whatever it is that whatever mess you got yourself in that's causing issues. You need to do that. Okay? Your last card here, guys, is the Spirit Guide card. And that talks about the fact that you have never walked alone, whether you have a faith or not, whether you have some sort of spirituality or not. Neither one of you has ever been alone from the spirit realm, okay? There has been spirits or higher power or divine energy for you there the whole time. Hang on, sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. The dogs kind of went berserk for a second there. So again, let's start from the top with the Spirit Guide card. The Spirit Guide card talks about the fact that you've never walked alone. You need to accept their presence and pay attention. And I know that was here that you don't have a higher power, or you're not well connected with your higher power due to the religion browbeating that comes with organized religion. But despite the fact that you don't feel a connection to that, you have spirit guides that are around you, and they want to help you. They want to be there for you. So you need to accept their presence and pay attention. You're being nudged to commune with your spiritual guardians at this time, for spiritual connection and understanding. So you got to deepen your spiritual connection to get out of this mess here for you. And for you here, a little bit of positivity and a faith practice might help you to see your worth and get you up out of the stagnancy that you're sitting in right now with this fear of getting this love connection. So make sure that you do that, okay? You need to try to embrace some sort of spirituality here, and you need to embrace spirituality and rely on it, because you have guardians. You have guardians that want to help you, and guides that want to help you get to the right spot, but they're not being allowed in right now. So I wish it was a brighter reading for you, Scorpio, but here's what it is. If you see this and you want a little more of a concise reading, my fee is $5 per 15 minutes, and you can contact me via my phone number if you have it. You can contact me on Snapchat, Facebook, through my email if you have it. Whatever avenue you want to get a hold of me and try to figure out more about your situation, because I know I was reading on two people here. So if you want one more directed specifically at you, and you see this and you feel it resonates with you, then just let me know and we can get that set up, okay? In the meantime, all the love to you here. I will say a prayer. I will talk with my husband about this reading once I have finished, and I will have him sit down with me and commune with the divine to try to pray you in a better way. Okay? Because your situation here is so sad. It's so sad, and I'm sorry you're so miserable. And for you here, I will also speak about this reading with my husband and speak on the other person that I saw, which is you here, and this love connection that's trying to come in for you. And like I said before, I thought it was a little odd that my private paid reading from the other day got the exact same cards as you did. You two might end up connecting here. That might be your person, but I'm not going to say that and put it out into the universe. Organically happening is better than pressure, right? So, yeah, we will pray for you that you see more self-worth in yourself and you start to correct kind of the mess that you made that's got you in this spot where you feel like you can't contribute and be a good partner. We'll pray for you too that you get your glow up here, okay? We'll pray for your safety though over here and you to get out of this mess, okay? I don't know who I'm speaking to, but you both need some prayers, and so I'm going to speak to my husband about us sitting down and communing with the divine in regards to you guys, okay? I hope you have a good rest of your day. Lots of love, Scorp.